Well, good morning, my priceless family. And thanks so much for joining me for this December chit chat. Yes, it feels like ages since I've come on with a, monthly chit chat, but I've been extremely busy. But come on in to the monthly chit chat. I am your host for today, Katrina, and this is Katrina's Prices Home, Life, and More. And if you hear some noise in the background, you already know who that is. You already know. You know that's Mama. You know that's okay. I'm trying to turn my volume down. Let me turn my volume down. I'm trying to turn my volume down. Okay, so come on in, come on in. Listen, so we are here on the last Saturday in the last month of 2024, and we're super excited. We're excited, first of all, we're excited to be alive. We're excited to have a reasonable portion of health and strength in our right minds. And we're glad today that we were able to get up, take care of our needs, dress ourselves, and prepare ourselves for whatever it is that we have on the schedule for today. And I'm sure most of you feel the same way. Now, first of all, let's talk about the weather. Yeah, let me get my comments up. Let's talk about the weather. Is it cold where you are? Is it cold where you are? It is extremely cold here in South Carolina. We've been having frigid weather, and don't know where you're watching me from, but here in South Carolina, we're not used to cold weather. So when it gets cold, we have to do extra precautions and things of that nature. And one of the things that we have to do is leave our water dripping. So comment, let me know wherever you live. Do you have to leave your water dripping when it gets real cold? We do that because if not, we'll have a lot of busted pipes, and no one wants that because now there's no water and it's cold. So good morning, Mary's Life Journey. Good morning and welcome to the monthly chit chat. Listen, so it's been so cold. We were leaving our water dripping, and we are not, when we go to other states that are primarily cold states, people immediately ask us, where are you from? Because we are bundled up from head to toe. I'm talking hats, gloves, all of that good stuff. She said it's cold in Alabama. Yeah, I have a couple of friends in Alabama, and they've been telling me it was cold there. I'm not sure if it's the same. Is it 30 degrees in Alabama? Are you still in the 40s and the 50s? Because we are right now, it's like in the mornings, it's like 20s, then goes to 30s, and then we're hitting at least 50. But they said it's going to rain on Wednesday, and our temperatures are going to plummet. So I already made a public service announcement to Mom that I will not be leaving the house at all on Wednesday. They're calling for 70% chance of rain, which means the temperatures are going to plummet after that. So that's first things first. So I'm praying for all of you, my Prices family. If you're in states where you are having extreme cold, more extreme than South Carolina, if you're in a state where you are having snow and all of that, and the wind and all of that, I'm praying for you that you have a warm place to lay your head, and you have adequate heat, you have adequate food. I'm praying for you that you manage during this cold weather. I even saw reports of places closing down. Good morning in South Carolina, and it's cold, and yes, the water is dripping. You know it, see? Some people don't have to do that, but here in South Carolina, we have to leave our water dripping so that we don't end up with busted pipes. So that's the first thing. Second thing is, I feel so refreshed. I feel so brand new. I just came back from a mini vacay. Mom and I went and spent a few days out of town, and I had no real agenda. I did shoot footage one day, and you'll see that footage maybe next week, the week after. But I shot footage one day, and after that, I just relaxed. We stayed in the hotel. We just laid around, just ate some good food, just got some rest. And you know how it is. As soon as you come back from vacation, seems like life starts again. So even on the way back home, yesterday I was getting text messages. I have to answer emails. Some of them are really, really important. So I'll answer those today. And yeah, so I'm feeling much better today because I had some much needed rest. And yeah, so I'm planning on going on another vacation as well. And if you've been keeping up with the channel, you saw that prayerfully, my family, we're going to shoot our Johnson family Christmas special. And I'm hoping to post that on Christmas Eve. So that's really what I want to do. I think that would be a nice time to post it. You're around, you're up cooking, family, is up, and people are just, around the house. And I think that would be a good time to post us singing about Christmas and adding in some, some other songs along the way. So we're looking to do that. And then that will be my last video. December 24th will be my last video for the year. And I will return on Thursday, January the 2nd. So I will take virtually like a week off so that I can just enjoy my family and the holiday season. And talking about the holiday season, Mom says it's freezing here in South Carolina. It was 20 degrees this morning. The high today is supposed to be in the high 40s. And Quetta says, great, looking forward to it. Thank you so much. Yeah, listen, thank you all so much, for leaving comments about the Johnson family special, which encourages me to encourage my family. You know how your family likes to do you. I'm like, listen, we're going to do the Johnson family special. And they're like, oh, we didn't know about that. They want contracts. They want name, image, likeness releases. They giving me all of this stuff. But yeah, they're going to do it. They love me and they're going to do it. And I tell them that you all appreciate us coming and singing. So, leading up to the end of the year, I wrote in the introduction to this video, what are you looking forward to as you're closing out the year? So come on, let's chat it up in the comments. Tell me, what are you looking forward to the end of this year? And then after that, we'll talk about what we're looking forward to in 2025. I mean, we're counting down, and most of the time we're planning our lives. We're looking ahead and looking at our schedules and things that we want to do. And so for me, y'all type it in and type it down. And so let's chat about it. What are you looking forward to for the end of the year? For me, at the end of the year is always a time of reflection, looking at personal growth, maybe areas that I did not grow in as much as I wanted to grow in or develop in. So I use it as time of personal reflections, spiritually, physically, financially, emotionally. I look at all those factors and give myself a pat on the back for the areas that I did grow in, but not to be so down on myself for areas that I did not grow in, that I don't give myself grace to improve, because life is about daily improvement. Life really is about daily improvement. And so I look at that, those different areas, improvement, spiritually, physically, financially, emotionally. And then I also reevaluate goals, put them in priority and prioritize them is how I want to say it. Prioritize my goals leading into the new year. And of course, using SMART goals, smart goals, not trying to come up with things that are unrealistic, which causes us to fail when we have unrealistic goals, but not making our goals so trivial or so minute that it does not reflect true growth, true maturity. So I look at those things leading up to the end of the year, looking forward to the beginning of the year. As far as the channel is concerned, I want to do, do a little bit more cooking. You all seem to love my cooking videos. And so maybe incorporating a little more cooking during the month, expand on my brand as a content creator. One of my goals is to maximize opportunities financially through YouTube, such as, brand deals, brand collaborations, being able to make this more viable for me as a content creator. My mom says, life is a journey. We must live it one day at a time. Yes, live it one day at a time is what we need to do and we should do in order to mature, to grow, and to be able to see viable maturity and growth in our lives. So as I want to be able to get more brand deals, bringing you all products that I think are valuable products that will help us in our everyday lives, and not just having brand deals just to have brand deals, not because I never want to bring you something that I will never bring you something personally that I don't care for, I don't want. I have turned down a lot of brand deals in the last month. I posted in my community tab that I was looking for brand collaborations to end the year. And I literally turned down some brand deals because I felt like the items, they weren't something that you all would enjoy. And I didn't think they were worthy of really producing content. So you can rest assured that if I'm bringing it to you, it's something that I feel is valuable, will make your life better, easier, all of that good stuff. So thank you so much for watching my videos from start to finish. Listen, I say it every time in the chit chat. It is so important. It is so vital for content creators that you watch our videos from start to finish. And for those of you who are new to my channel or maybe watching this by replay, most of our videos need to have a minimum time stamp of 8 minutes if it's considered a long form video. So that's why I always say to you, grab a beverage, grab a snack, give me 8 to 12 minutes of your time if possible, because I want to be able to show that my audience love what I'm doing. They are engaged with what I'm doing so much that they're able and willing to watch me for 8 to 12 minutes. So it's key. I'm asking you, my Priceless family, it's key that you watch all of our videos, all of your favorite content creators, watch them from 8 to 12 minutes. And don't slack us because we're smaller channels. Don't do that to us, family. Please don't do that, family, friends, visitors alike. Don't do that to us. Don't watch the bigger channels for 25 minutes and you won't watch us for 10 or 12. We're working hard. And if you continue to watch, it helps our channel to be pushed out more, and it helps our channel to grow. And so every large YouTuber, let me say, every content creator in my niche who is, say, 15,000 subscribers strong and more, it took people constantly watching them constantly putting out positive content, and people watching them that allowed them to continue to grow. So smaller channels, we want to grow. We want to be your favorite content creator for lifestyle, home decor, everything it is that you do in your life. We want to be able to bring it to you. More people be able to see it, but we need you. We need you to watch. We need you to like. We need you to share. And we need you to comment on our channel. I even take negative comments. Sometimes I get negative comments if they are, so negative that they have nothing to do with the content itself. I'll delete it. But if it's just someone that, especially like you do a short, sometimes when you do a short, people don't like your short for whatever reason. They give you a thumbs down. That's okay. You watched it. Some reason you didn't like it. Maybe it was just my personality. Maybe I'm too bubbly for you. So, and I understand that. Maybe you just didn't like what I did. But I always say it like this. I always take a positive thought and a positive spin. If for no other reason you watch the video, guess what? You learned something. You learned either you liked what I did or you didn't like what I did. But you learned something. So give me a thumbs up anyway. You learned something from me. So, my tree, listen, have you seen my Christmas home tour? If you haven't, make sure to give it a like before you leave YouTube on today. And of course, give it a thumbs up, give it a big thumbs up, and leave a kind comment below. One of my subscribers asked me, she said, what are my scents in my house? Like, what candles do I burn? And then she asked me, how long did it take me to decorate my house? Well, I responded by saying, in my living room, I use Fireside, which is by Sensational Candles. Is a soy candle. I bought it from the at-home store. No, not at home. I bought it from Home Goods. It smells amazing. It's called Fireside. It smells, in fact, I have it burning right now because I'm expecting people coming over in a little bit. So I have it burning right now. It smells amazing. Then I have a vanilla pumpkin that I burn. I have another is a lemon vanilla scent that I burn. And then right here, I have a winter scent that I got from Hamricks. And so I don't burn the same scents throughout my house. I burn different scents. So when you walk from one room to another room, it's a different scent. And so I will burn all of them. Like at the beginning of the day, I might burn them for a couple hours and then I shut them off. Maybe an hour, then I'll shut them off. I'll extinguish them. But I like to have different scents going through the house because for some reason, you know how our scents are. If we keep smelling the same scent, it's like now our noses are like, we don't smell it anymore. It's like when you put a plug in. I'll use that as an example. You put a plug in and you don't smell it. I know they say 45 days, 60 days. Somebody not telling the truth. And so what ends up happening is you have to like be away from your house, maybe like all day. And then you come in and you might smell it. So I like different scents. So each room has like its own scent, but the scents work well together. It's not clashing. It's not giving you a headache. They work well together. So it's just me playing around with different scents and seeing which one from room to room work well together. And then second question was, how long did it take me? It literally took me about 7 to 9 days to decorate my home. And I didn't show you a bedroom in the video. And then I realized I did not show you all my bathroom in the video. I was knowing that I was going on vacation. I was trying to get the video out before I went on vacation, because if not, you would not be seeing my home tour until next week. And I really wanted to get it out before next week because part of me showing it is inspiration. And so most of you have already started decorating your homes. I needed to give you inspiration before then. So the videos needed to come out in a more organized sequence so that I would have it prepared before the vacation. So about 7 to 9 days. But the biggest key in decorating your home, I find, for any season is really trying to stay organized and making a schedule. So what I did this year, with which was a little different from me, and I found it worked well for me, is I decided that I would deep clean the rooms. And then after I deep cleaned the rooms, I did my rooms in sections or zones, which you saw in the individual video. And if you're new here and you did not see the individual videos, go back and watch them. They're under my playlist that's entitled Christmas Elegance. It's under the playlist entitled Christmas Elegance. You can watch the individual videos that I showcase zones in my home. And so I did that this year intentionally. And then during the Christmas tour, the full room was shown. And that allowed me to not be stressed, not be overwhelmed in completing a room. For this room, for example, I did not show my Christmas tree until the Christmas tour. In this room, I showed my fireplace mantle, my bookcases. I didn't show my couch. I didn't show the entire room. And that was intentional. And it gave me enough time wherein I did not have to rush to complete a room. Like wake up. Because y'all, this is real life. I know we film it and you see 8 to 12 minutes. But literally, it could take 16 hours to really finish one room if you did it in one day. And who has 16 hours to dedicate to decorating one room? I need my beauty sleep. And I have other things to do as well. So I did it that way, which worked better. So my book is down the hall, but actually in my book, good morning, Martha. Welcome all the way from the Sunshine State of Florida. So what actually happened was I wrote everything down and said, okay, I'm going to work on this space on this day. I'll work on this space on this day. And these are the 3 tasks that I'm going to complete. And that made it easier. Like when I got to my kitchen, I said, I'm going to do 3 tasks on the day. I did 2 vignettes, which you saw in an individual video. Then I turned around later on that day and I did my tea station in a separate video. So it allowed me to do 3 smaller sections of the kitchen without trying to do the entire kitchen. And I turned around on another day and added the ribbon to my my cabinets. So of course you did not see that until the home tour. Neither did you see the garland. I used the tension rod hack. Yeah, Martha says it's cold in Florida today. Brr. Yeah, it's cold along this East Coast. And so I used the tension rod hack. I used the tension rod hack to weave 2 garlands together, and I added fairy lights above my kitchen sink. So that was done separately. And so I broke it up into smaller sections, because if not, for the kitchen, it would have been doing the cabinets, doing the lights, doing the hack, doing the cabinets, doing the vignettes. Now you see why it could take 16 hours in one day. But breaking it up allowed me to not be overwhelmed, not feel rushed. And I'm the kind of interior decorator wherein, and I know most of you are the same way. I put things up, I walk away, and then the next day I look at it again. So that's how I like to decorate. And so I like to look at it again. And so when I look at it again, then I come back and I tweak, and then now I love it. Now it's what I want it to be. So I think this is going to be, especially for the larger holidays, this is going to be the way I do it. This is going to be my methodology for the bigger holidays like the fall and Christmas season, not feeling, because I am a content creator, not feeling rushed to complete a room, the entire room, in one filming, which is taking me longer to do. And again, like I say, you're only seeing 8 to 12 minutes of 14 to 16 hour days if you complete it in one day. So so I have 2 videos that will be coming out this week. There will be 3 videos coming out. So you will have a video on Tuesday, a video on Thursday, and a video on next Saturday. So that'll be, that's next week. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, maybe Saturday. I'm thinking Saturday. And then the week after that, it'll be Tuesday, Thursday. And then on Christmas Eve will be my Johnson family Christmas special. So either this week or next week, you have 6 more videos. That's the total. You have 6 more videos coming out. Some shorts in between, but 6 more videos coming out leading up to my vacation. Leading up to my, and I'm super excited about taking a vacation from YouTube. So good morning, Takesha. Good morning, sweetie. And so if you, I'll still be watching your videos. So if you're still posting, some of you are doing Vlogmas. I decided after I did Vlogtober, I decided, I'm not doing Vlogmas. I thought about doing Vlogmas shorts. I said, no, my girl needs some rest. I need some rest. And then, as most of you know, my church has a big event that will be coming up in March. And so now it is, we've been working on it, but now it is go time. And so when I come back from my next vacation, I am for the end of December going into the end of February, I'm full force with this conference that we have. So this is like the largest conference that my church has. People come and it's a lot of work. We have to get a lot of things done. So I could not. I was thinking Vlogmas was going to be too much. Takesha says, same after Vlogtober, no Vlogmas. Listen, I enjoyed your Vlogtober. I know I believe you said this was your first time doing it. And it is a lot of work. People come, and one of the things I was reading about Vlogtober and Vlogmas, they were saying, don't worry, don't get overwhelmed if you don't see as many views as you normally see. They were like, just put it out there, And if people don't watch it immediately, hopefully they will come back and watch it. But it is a lot to film every day. And sometimes during Vlogtober, I was filming twice a day, just so I can have videos uploaded and ready to go. And I'm ready to go. But I'm also happy. I think most of you probably already heard it, that YouTube now wants us to do shorts up to 3 minutes. So has everybody heard that? That now they want us to do shorts up to 3 minutes. And so that's pretty good. If you can get a short in 3 minutes, you can do a lot in 3 minutes and it still be considered a short. They're pushing it, of course, anytime those other social media platforms do something, everyone has to compete, for views. And so now they have extended it to 3 minutes. So, maybe in the beginning of the year, I'll throw, some more 3-minute videos in, some little quick, find some things to do in 3 minutes. And of course, continue with my long form video. Happy birthday. Let me say that just in case I forgot. I think I forgot it. Happy birthday to everyone born in the month of December. She says, I've tried the 3-minute short, but it doesn't show up on the shorts tab. I'm confused as to how to post it. We both gonna have to figure that out. But I mean, I've been seeing people announcing that the shorts have gone to 3 minutes. I researched it, but we need to find out how to make it show up on the shorts tab so it's not considered a long form video. So we'll research that. And if you find the answer, I find the answer, we will write each other. And Miss Martha is on here. We'll all write each other and see if we can get that squared away, or we can write YouTube and ask them, how is that going to work? Why is it not on our shorts tab? Okay. And so, yeah, so if it's your birthday, happy birthday to you. Oh, it's early. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, everybody born in December. Happy birthday to you. Woo! That's early in the morning to be singing. That's a little bit too early because, yeah, we went out of town in another state. It was freezing cold. And I don't know if you all experienced this. I get really cold really fast. My mother told me I was born and it was 104 degrees. And so therefore, I don't like real cold weather. And so we went to another state. And when you stay in the hotels, it seems like the heat never works sufficiently. Is that just me? Is that just me? I always feel like this heat is not working in this room like I need it to work. And so I need to purchase me another heated blanket. Yeah. So if you're thinking about buying me something for Christmas, my address, I think it's posted in my description box, but you are welcome to send me a heated blanket. Just go to Amazon, ship it, gift. Yeah, I think I'll have to start traveling with one because I kept saying, I don't think this heat is working. And then it's like we had the heat on all day. We left the room, came back, then it was hot. Yeah, but it took all day and it took us not being there. Miss Martha says, she doesn't think they're focusing on small content creators. Yeah, sometimes they're really not doing that. And let me see. Takesha says, I was born in the summer and I hate the cold. I was born in August. Do you have an Amazon wish list? No, I don't. But I need to do one. Yeah, I need to do an Amazon wish list for not only Christmas, I need some decor because, thinking ahead, I started off the Chit-Chat this morning talking about content creators, and we're always thinking ahead and looking, I have to start getting my calendar together, content calendar together for the beginning of the year. And as soon as January comes in, it's time to decorate for Valentine's. So I need a few things, I like to use my old things, but I also like to sprinkle in just a few new things to give things a refreshed, a new look. So I do have a few things that I need to purchase. I have some things sitting in my cart. So maybe I'll make a wish list and maybe my family and friends will oblige me with a few of those gifts to help me with this journey. So yes, I'll work on that wish list. Family and friends. Yeah, I'll work on that wish list very, very soon. So I think that's it I needed to cover for today. We wanted to talk about, we started off, for those who came in a little bit later, talking about prioritizing our lives, looking and reflecting on our goals that we reached in 2024, giving ourselves grace that if we did not reach certain goals, that we give ourselves grace, that we don't become so hard on ourselves for not reaching those goals, giving us enough grace to say, I didn't make it, but I will reevaluate, I will rethink, I will fortify my mind, my thoughts, my actions to move into reaching those goals. And so we talked about that. We also talked about looking forward to 2025, the changing of the guard, the changing of government, looking into what that's going to look like, looking at our families and how we want our families to progress in 2025, thinking about spiritually, how we want to grow spiritually, how we want to change physically, how we want to be emotionally, looking at all the areas in our lives and seeing where we are now and where we want to be in let's say the next 2 months. We're not talking December 2025. We're talking about small bites. By January, where do I want to be at the end of January? Where do I want to be at the end of February? We can have long-term goals, and we all know we can have short-term goals. Short-term goals are those goals are a little bit more immediate that help us to reach the long-term goals. All right. And also we talked about making our goals our smart goals. Okay. Making them realistic, obtainable, specific, realistic, and having a timetable along with those goals and writing those things down. A lot of people do affirmations. Takesha says, I started going live daily this week. This is a good topic. Do you ladies have a word for 2025? Not yet. Not yet. I don't have a word or a phrase yet, but that's something that I'm going to sit down. I like to sit in a quiet space. That's my thing. Sit in a quiet space and just really think and really meditate. No TV, no noise, no radio, no phones going off. Just sit in a quiet space and really think about how blessed I am. First of all, somebody may look at my life and say she's not blessed. I feel blessed. I feel blessed to be alive. I feel blessed to be in a family that loves me. I feel blessed that this Christmas coming up, I have a roof over my head. I think I shared this on one of my lives that it was 91, Ma? 90, 91? 90? 90, 91. We had like this unexpected weather came up in South Carolina, and my brother and I were literally at a church for a choir rehearsal. And what ended up happening was this unexpected weather came up in South Carolina. We had a tornado in the same day. Now, listen to this. We had a tornado, ice, and it snowed all in the same day. It was like, what's going on? And the tornado landed on our house. And so my brother and I were at the service. We were like an hour and something away from the house. And my mom, they called the church. And this was before, people had cell phones and all that stuff like that. We're talking, we just had beepers back then. And they call the church. And of course, we're in choir rehearsal, so no one hears the phone. They keep calling. And eventually we hear the phone. And someone answers the phone. We're at someone else's church. They answer the phone. It's like, your parents want to speak with you all. We get on the phone with them. And my father says, y'all need to come home right now. And we're like, what's going on? He was like, just come home. And on the way home, I'm panicking. I'm just like, what's going on? And we get to our house, and our parents are not here when we get here. We get here, and our house is torn up because the tornado hit our house. And we're like, where are our parents? So we're like really upset now. They left to get boxes and things like that, So we spent the night, and the ice is coming down. And my brother and I, my dad, we had to box things up in the dark, like flashlights. We're boxing up our belongings and trying to get them out the house because half of the roof is missing. And so I feel blessed. Someone else may say, you're not blessed, but I feel blessed because I know how it feels to have a safe, decent place to live. And before the end of the day, that place be taken from you as you know it, from no result of your own. So I feel blessed to be in a home with love in my family. I feel blessed that I'm able to wake up and dress myself, pick out my clothes. I feel blessed that when I'm ready to eat, I can go to the refrigerator and not have to eat what someone gave me to eat, but be able to eat what I desire to eat. I can pick and choose. I feel so very blessed. And I think most of you feel the same way. I always tell people, sit down. think about it. 8:00 this morning was my church's corporate prayer. The first Saturday of every month, we have corporate prayer on our prayer line. So of course I'm praying 8:00 on that prayer line. And today it was all about the focus today of the prayer. The focus today of us meeting on the phone today was for us to reflect on how truly blessed we are. And if we focus on how truly blessed we are, we will have less complaints. We have less complaints about what we don't have, because what we do have outweighs what we don't have. And the Father knows when to give us the things that we desire. Sometimes we're not ready for the things that we desire. I met a couple on vacation and I said, you wouldn't give a 5-year-old a brand new car. First of all, they probably can't even see over the dashboard. Why would you not give it to them? I'm talking a real car, not this Barbie stuff, not that. You wouldn't give it to them because they're not ready for it. They're not mature enough for it. But a 5-year-old may think they are, because, you know, kids think they can do impossible, incredible things. Okay? But you only give it to people who you feel are mature enough to handle what they are receiving. So the Father knows when we are mature enough to receive the blessings that we have asked for, but also the blessings that he knows we are ready for and that are in, get this point, in his plan for us. Because sometimes we ask for things that are not what he wants to give us. So always remember, when we pray, we ask for, things we want. But at the end of that, remember to say, if it's your will. If it's in your will, then I want what's in your will. I don't want anything that's outside of your will, because every good and perfect gift comes from him. So ask for his will, not our will, but his will. Y'all know I'm going to stop preaching. I feel good already. Okay, let me see. My goodness. Auntie Keisha says, God is good. Yes, he is. We are blessed because God says so. Absolutely. Amen. We are blessed because he says so. So, I think about it like this. I don't know if y'all have heard the song or saying. It talks about people complaining about shoes, and there's a person who has no feet. Y'all ever heard that song, that saying that you're complaining about something else and that person doesn't have that? So we have so much to be thankful for. We could always have more, but who wants to have less? We could always have more money, but aren't you grateful that you have some? You can always have a bigger house, a better car, but aren't you happy that you have a house and you have something to drive? Come on now. Come on. When we really think about it, we are so blessed. And I like to express this during this time because parents, I'm not a parent, but parents, let's always remember to teach the children the importance of the non-commercialized portion of Christmas. So many children have so much. Wouldn't it be a blessing if before Christmas comes this year, children evaluated the toys they no longer play with, the games they no longer want, and parents, along with children, pack those things up, wash those things, clean them off, look for the missing pieces, get everything together? Wouldn't it be lovely for you to go and share with that single mom or that single father who you know is struggling and may not be able to buy that game brand new, but your kids barely used it, they barely played with it, and giving it to a child who would appreciate it, not just cleaning up and throwing it in the trash. I know we can give it to Goodwill. I know we can give it to, but sometimes the love of Christ, sharing the love of God with others, is not just giving it to Goodwill. Perhaps going to that individual, giving that mother a call and say, do you mind if we come over and my kids bring some of their gifts for your kids? Sharing God through this season, sharing Jesus through this season, and teaching your children that they have more than enough and they should be grateful that they have more than enough. They have enough to keep some for themselves and share with someone else that doesn't have it. Think about that. I said on a couple of videos, maybe last year, I said, we buy, content creators, some of us buy a lot of Christmas decor. Christmas decor is the most number of containers that I have. I love Christmas. All my containers, Christmas is the number one. It's the number one number of containers. But instead of just, what about that mother who needs a tree? Everybody doesn't want a tree. I understand. But if a person wants to put up a tree, instead of throwing it in the trash, because most of us, we don't get rid of it when it's trash. We just get rid of it because the new tree came out and we want the new tree. But taking it to that mother and saying, do you have a tree? Maybe someone in your church that is having a difficult time, and saying, if you put up a tree, would you like me sharing a tree and some ornaments for you? Just to help you out. There's always ways that we can show the love of God through any time and through any season. I just want to put that out there. Let me see what y'all saying in the comments. This year we are giving my kids won't receive the gifts that they would normally receive. This year we are teaching them to put their faith in action. Okay. Let me go back up. Like me complaining about doing laundry, God always checks me with that. There's so many who don't have clothes. Yes, ma'am. I came back off vacation, and the first thing I did was start throwing clothes in the and I've got laundry. I've got laundry hung up in the back. I've got laundry in the dryer right now. Yeah, sometimes, yes, like you said, sometimes we complain about doing laundry, and imagine if we didn't have anything. Going back to my testimony of us going through that tornado, because we everything happened like it did, we had to box up so many of our things till we weren't going to be going through boxes. It's not like we were going on vacation. So it's a difference. When we go on vacations, we plan out our outfits, everything matching. You know how we do. This was us leaving the house with our outfits on, our clothes on for the day, our OOTD, and then coming back, and it's like the wind blew. It was a tornado. So things are blown all over the place. There's a hole in the roof. There's ice and snow coming down, and we're packing things up in the dark. And so shoes got messed up. Mold was on things in a week, So it was living out of a suitcase. We had more clothes than that. But things were boxed up. And so because they were boxed up, and we boxed them up so quickly, it wasn't like an organized move. And so we literally were wearing probably like the same 10 outfits. We were wearing literally the same 10 outfits all over and over and over again till the season changed. And then we had to go through boxes and find a coat and find a scarf and, or either just go buy it. So sometimes we complain. And like we say, when we really look at it, our complaint turns into a thanks. If you're like me, the complain turns into a thanks. You know, I was talking about it the other day. Mom says it is right, Takesha. I was thinking about it the other day, and I was talking about it the other day when I was little, and I don't even know what time it is. Okay, I gotta get. Oh, my guest will be here in a little bit. But anyway, I was thinking about it the other day when I was growing up, and most of you might have grown up like this. If you were born I was born in the late 60s, and so the late 60s, 1969 to be exact. So the late 60s, and when I was growing up, my parents did like the meal of the week. And so on Fridays, we would either have rice, pork and beans. Sometimes it would have franks in it, and then sometimes it would have ground beef in it. Then some Friday nights we would have hamburgers and fries, or hot dogs and fries. And so we knew as kids growing up, like, oh, we can't wait till, Friday, because we're gonna have something a little different. And then, but then, as I kept getting a little old, I was like, I'm tired. Oh, I'm tired of always having pork and beans. Oh, I'm tired of always having hamburger at the house. Why can't we go to McDonald's or Burger King? Getting older, just talking. And now there are days when I'm like, Mama, can you please fix me some pork and beans and rice? Can you please? And she was like, okay, I'll go get whatever you need. And now I appreciate pork and beans and rice. I can have steak when I want to. I can have, whatever it is but that pork and bean and rice brought us over and brought us through. That hamburger cooked at the house brought us over and it brought us through, And so I always tell people, remind your kids of that and let them know, even if their life is different than yours, always remind them to be grateful. Always remind them. I'll say it like this. I heard Bishop Noel Jones say it. He said, your son's floor should be your ceiling. Y'all heard it? Your son's floor should be your ceiling. That means he started here and worked here. His son starts here, not here. I love that. I love that. So parents build, and we put our kids, our children, your children, I don't have any, in a better position, but always remind them to be grateful. Be grateful. They're living better because you built them a floor. You built them a floor, which is your ceiling. And if we remind the children of that, they'll be better. Because so many children are living now with the sense of entitlement. They feel like they're supposed to have it because they're here. Let's teach them to be thankful by showing them what thankfulness looks like. We showing them appreciation for everything we have, everything God has allowed us to get in this world, acquire in this world, and showing them that humbleness, no matter what state you're in, always remain humble. So that's it for today. I had to do a whole little mini sermon. Let the church say amen. Amen. And amen again. All right, so let me wrap this up before my guests come. So, 6 videos to end out the year. 6 videos, a little bit of cooking, a little bit of decor, a little walkthrough. Yeah, you'll get a variety of things throughout the rest of the year. The Johnson family Christmas special on Christmas Eve. And so maybe I'll come back and do maybe a little 3-minute short just to say Merry Christmas to you all and Happy New Year and all that stuff. But if not, I'll be back on January the 2nd, which will be that Thursday. And then we'll have our very first monthly chat on January 4th, 2025. I'm dressed for the game. Y'all pray for my team. We are not doing too well right now. We are not doing too well. We need intervention. Yeah, so pray for my basketball team. Pray for my basketball team. Let me see. This year we are teaching them to put their faith in action. Quetta says, I'm thankful every day for my parents and grandparents sacrificing. Amen. Build the children a floor spiritually, physically, and financially. Correct, mama. Yes. Build them a floor spiritually. Teach your kids to love God, love God's people. Teach them to respect adults. Teach them to respect themselves. Teach them the ways of the Lord. Physically, train them up. Kids need physical interaction. We were at church on Sunday, and some little kids were across the street, and these little kids were running around. And I was like, wow. I was so excited to see the kids running around across the street from our service on Sunday, because a lot of kids stay in and they just do this. These little kids were having the most fun. They were all like under 7, but they were having the time of their lives. They were playing hide and seek. They were running. I was like, yeah, appreciate that. Appreciate going outside and getting some fresh air and playing outside, and build them a floor financially. That's important. That's important. Listen, teach our kids about finances at an earlier age. You know, our parents didn't do it. Some of our parents didn't do it for us. But that doesn't mean that we have to neglect the next generation. I would take my little cousins in the store, give them money, let them go, let them pick out. I would let them pick out all this stuff that they thought this $5 can pay for. And I would go to the cashier and say, listen, I'm trying to teach them. Yes, ma'am, I'm almost finished. My guests have arrived. I'll be off in a minute. And so I would, what I would do was I would let them, I say, you have $5. You only have $5. They would pick up all this stuff. I would tell the cashier, I said, listen, I'm trying to teach them a lesson on money. And when they would get to the counter, they would ring it up. They would ring all this stuff up. And then, of course, it's going to be they don't have the money. Then I would teach them well, what can you get out of this $5, and make them separate until they saw what they could get out of that money. And I did that with the majority of my little cousins to show them that in order for you to be able to get all of this stuff that you want, you have to have the finances for it. And how are you going to create the finances for it? So that's it. My guests are walking in the door, so I have to go. Love you all. Until next time, stay safe, stay blessed. And remember, you are absolutely priceless. I love you all. Thank you so much for your continued support of my channel. Whether you're watching live or by replay, know that you are special to God, so you're special to me. I'll see you on Tuesday with a video at 6:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bye. See you later. They're walking in the door. I gotta go.